that they are a rule of law party, but everything they do is lawless. The Ayawaso West Wagon, they have flown all the people who did it away. Shooting life. Maxed human beings. Are you laughing at your transgressions that you still are not apologizing for? You are not sorry for how low you brought this country. Not only within the eyes of Ghanaians, but in the eyes of the world. You are not sorry. They are not sorry. The patterns continue. The patterns of arrogance, the patterns of inaction, and the patterns of contrived action to hold this nation back.
Yemo bibia akwaba na yemfa ombra mega TV platform we eso. Shamima Muslim eye NDC ni tatahwe. Na it is on the deputy communications minister na. I stand to be corrected. Mama we adia odia ye former MP. I think on no kwa MP. So we started English among from. Adia odia ye no. In fact, wo TV ni so no. Ano ahye. Wato no boase school no. Ena wato no boase a kire ne niema mu. Said Mahama Mambu any name isi echo. Na uhwe the backlash. MPP for ankasa omupi problem mom. Se mini MPP niya nkame menko eni national TV so da se me could debate with NDC. Dia muye Ghana ene musenya adaji ekotene TV so esan kasa yerade. Inti MPP for embre. Yonkone yonkoti enseni bi. Esan sensen emu ede. Sebi esichire nim patensen no emu ede papa busiafo. Mesro so do comment betum na wa like this particular video na wa share na foforo enye bi ahwe esansa hanom still remains your number one authentic platform negative yankopon kan ho na onhira papa wa bibia mo support am de mai e platform we eso yankona yankotie Shamima Muslim NDC communicator versus Sylvester Tete NPP communicator on Good Morning Ghana moro ni show no eso. In fact na gigim ano ahye yanko tie sani bi yakoba yebeto aso o yen platform eso yankopon enhira onkan yankobra.
Consistent arrogance where they concede no wrong, and today 1 year in opposition they still cannot bring themselves to accept what they did wrong. Listening to my brother, then NPP is a wicked party.
Why?
Because if Sly, speaking so emotionally and vociferously this morning about what is happening wrongly in this and providing us brilliant solutions, what happened to the brilliant men they offered to the people of Ghana at the onset of their government 8 years, 9 years now ago? Then they were wicked. If they had all these brilliant ideas, if they had all this competence to deliver this country to the gadgets from the Gadgetsburg economy that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo promised in his 3-time campaign before God smiled upon him. Where was the Gadgetsburg economy upon their exit? Did they suddenly forget it? So only today does Honorable realize that the structure of our economy is imports-led and so is not sustainable. Only today is he discounting the value of stabilizing the city when their current flag bearer, the failed 2024 flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, said he had arrested the city and thrown it into the sea or given it to the IGP. What really were they promising Ghanaians? When they said they had the men to manage the economy, what were they telling Ghanaians? Who took inflation to 54%? He says they left it at 23%. Because you were under an IMF program. Because you had destroyed the economy. Because corruption had eaten deep into the economy. Because today your finance minister is able, and you have no words of wisdom to urge your finance minister to return and face accountability for his poor shambolic stewardship. Let me withdraw the word shambolic. It has the first part of my name. For his collapse of the, I'll use Sly, for his sly collapse of the Ghanaian economy. Sly has no words. This grandstanding of the New Patriotic Party, this pattern of consistent intransigence is what has put them in the position that they are today. Still observe the posturing, even of their leaders in parliament. How tone deaf can you be? How insulting can you be to the general intelligence of the Ghanaian people? Also, they don't know what is good for them. Though the 8 years administration of which Bawumia has come to apologize, of which members of their party has come to concede that indeed their fundamentals are weak, were weak then, are still weak today, of which they apologize that the crisis was more than they thought because they were living in a bubble, of which members who are contesting for the look at the revelations. Listen to Kennedy Ejapong tell us about the mindset of his own party people. So it's not surprising that after everything we have been through, these people who destroyed this nation in 8 years expect President Mahama to come with a magic wand. So I accept this morning that President Mahama's indecision is what today is allocating 110 million cedis in the 2026 budget for implementing the 24-hour economy. I accept today that President Mahama's indecision is what has stabilized the city consistently over several months, that today traders can breathe. Traders, GUTA members can contest that they are able to get dollars and import their products. I accept that indecision can actually give 245 million cedis to the Ministry of Food and Agriculture so that we can become food sustainable and food, secure. And that because of this indecision of President John Dramani Mahama, Ghana was able to get a glut of farm produce in the last farming season. If indecision can pay our foreign debts up to the even beyond our expected time of repayment, then we like that. We want more of such indecision. If indecision today can move Ghana's junk economy status that they left to a positive outlook, where not only IMF, our development partners, and all other countries are observing independent voices, singling out Ghana for the quickest and fastest turnaround. If that is indecision, we want more of such President Mahama's indecision. Mora Audu, if indecision is what has led President John Dramani Mahama, when members of his own government were clamoring for the removal of the Office of Special Prosecutor, an office which they set up as a disguise to use to torment their political opponents. An office whose first office holder, Martin Amidu, upon exit, lamented and disclosed that the real intention behind the setting up of that office was malicious indeed. He was never intended to be independent-minded when he turned the spotlight on their corrupt activities. If that is indecision, that President Mahama can suggest and direct to his members that please allow these independent institutions to work. We want more of such indecision. If President Mahama's indecision today has led him to announce that he is departing from your vindictive politics of rallying up people anyhow without due process, then we want that. If indecision is what grassroots members, angry, demanding quick prosecution, like the wife of the Honorable Oforiata, telling Gloria to quickly hurry up and put NDC people in prison. If indecision is what President Mahama has directed his Attorney General to do his professional work and ensure that every Ghanaian citizen gets his due date in court. We want more of such indecision. If indecision is what would tell President Mahama to announce to us when you abandoned projects started with the taxpayers' money because of political inexpediency is what I'll call it. And today, President Mahama has announced that your Agenda 111 hospitals that you invested millions of taxpayers' money in without the completion of a single hospital to show for it, and you have it within yourself to look in the eyes of Ghanaians this morning with good heart, I don't know if it is, to tell us that what have we done to the nurses? Hello? Upon the exit of President John Dramani Mahama, we had absorbed all the nurses, because what had he done? He had invested massively in hospital infrastructure. The Legon Hospital, first quaternary hospital in Ghana. The rich Greater Accra Hospital, you are in Accra. Where did they get nurses from? Which hospital did you complete and how many nurses did you employ? Can you answer? Has directed Health Minister go and complete those that are at least at an advanced level of development? Complete them so that the nurses will get jobs, so that our doctors will get jobs, so that the good people of this country will get access to health. That is indecision for you. All the best. Today, just yesterday, he forgets that under the labor exchange program, so that our nurses, because you see, we are not like you, we are not reckless in spending. The reason why we have achieved this stability is because of discipline, fiscal discipline, where we reprioritized government interventions and put money in critical sectors that will still generate some productivity, that will still ease the hardship, which we promised the people of Ghana, to ease the hardships of Ghanaians, removing the nuisance taxes, and ensuring that we are able to invest in health, in education, even some shelter and social protection for our most vulnerable. That is why today Ghana Statistical Service is saying several thousands of Ghanaians have come out of what? Multi-dimensional poverty because of these interventions. So we will not follow you. We will not follow your imprudence because of political expediency and expend what we can't afford to expend. President John Dramani Mahama has vested confidence in the managers of our economy. Atu Forcing, Bank of Ghana, Pandit Governor, all of them, to ensure at all levels we are prioritizing, and in our 2026 budget, we are transparently communicating to the people of Ghana that we cannot yet eat what we haven't produced. We cannot eat in spite of our debts, as if we were rich. So we will have to consolidate the gains. We will spend money in critical sectors. It means some areas may not get the resources that they expect. But to be able to move out of the woods that they left us, we have to do these things. Okay. That is why every day President keeps saying that we appreciate your sacrifices. Please keep faith with us a little bit more whilst we are able to ensure that we put money in the productive sectors of the economy. So the big push program that is turning Ghana into a construction site, he cannot see it. The road infrastructure that is happening all around us, he cannot see it. Locally financed big push and the partnerships we are receiving through PPP initiatives to support some of these, they are deaf to it. They are deaf to it. And if they insist to continue on this path, the people of Ghana will reward them handsomely. Again, with this time perhaps less than the 38% that they received. Because President Mahama will continue to focus the energy sector, debts that they left behind. You watched and read the statement that came from independent power producers, disclosing that truly and indeed, with negotiation and good faith and goodwill and commitment, the government had indeed taken steps to defray the debts they left behind recklessly. Honorable could mention ECG. Honorable could mention ECG. He has so soon forgotten about PDS. He has so soon forgotten about the Ejapa scandal, which sought to appropriate our natural resource and put them in some safe haven so they can go and enjoy their booty. Today, he is saying proudly that who did we jail under our leadership? But that is what happens. That is what happens when you dine with some group of people. You must dine with them with a very long stick. You must dine with them, because I keep saying that this vindictive politics was introduced by the NPP after the 2000 elections. Because PNDC transitioned into NDC. NDC has provided the most stable regime under the Fourth Republic. They sat out of major national events like the making of the 1992 Constitution, which they benefited from in 2000. If the NDC or PNDC were not thinking about the interest of this country, they would have caused chaos all around. And today, NDC can proudly say that their tradition has provided the most sustainable chapter, democratic chapter in Ghana's history. When they took over in 2000, what did they do? They seized toilets. They arrested people in traffic. They went and confiscated. They threw people. Chachu Chikata was put in jail upon the dying embers of the Kufuor administration. He then announced that he was giving Chachu an amnesty, which he rightfully rejected. So, they always want to throw the first stone. And when NDC responds, as some of us, as the next government that came did, they would then now sit on their high horses. They forget so quickly. They tout that they are a rule of law party, but everything they do is lawless. The Ayawaso West Wagon, they have flown all the people who did it away. Shooting life. Maxed human beings. Are you laughing at your transgressions that you still are not apologizing for? You are not sorry for how low you brought this country. Not only within the eyes of Ghanaians, but in the eyes of the world. You are not sorry. They are not sorry. The patterns continue. The patterns of arrogance, the patterns of inaction, and the patterns of contrived action to hold this nation back. How else can a minority announce, a minority in parliament, lawmakers announce that they will not allow the government of the day to pass legislation through whatever certificate of agency? Let me also tell them, most respectfully, even though sometimes they don't deserve it, that this government will do everything to build this country that we are building. And if that involves bringing legislations under certificate of agency, so will it be. And they will do nothing about it. And they will be unable to do anything about it, because the law would work swiftly. And swiftly the law will work. Right. Let me just wrap up by again reminding dear Ghanaians, you returned a verdict because you saw what they did. You established their patterns. These patterns have continued. They have no intention of learning from the mistakes that President Mahama, in his forward to our manifesto, said his time in opposition offered him a deep, sober reflection upon the actions he took, the consequences of those actions, the mistakes of his government. And when he lost the election, he didn't sit. He went around to apologize to Ghanaians, to hear them again. He went around multiple times. He is the most in tune president of our Fourth Republic.
Let me bring in Sylvester.
We wish them all the best. It will be good for them to think about Saturday, their national Congress, rather than throwing these baseless salvos.
Saturday's Congress, so presidential primaries as well. Yes, Sylvester.
My brother, If critiquing.
Oh, and if I can even just say, they can go to the websites of the 24-hour economy. Perhaps just 1 minute, sir. I beg your pardon. He mentioned 24-hour economy, okay. And as I said also, we are recruiting some nurses to go to other countries. Antigua, yesterday, a number of them left, and it is part of government's program to provide opportunity for our health sector workers. For the 24-hour economy, perhaps because he's no longer an MP, he does not know that the 24-hour economy has been moved through the action of President Mahama from a secretariat to an authority that would have powers, legal backing to operate and to be able to work with not only the private sector, but government agencies and institutions that would also have to operationalize it. So if he's not aware, there's a live website of the 24-hour economy. All their policy briefs are there. There is an expression of interest form. They have received a number of interests. If he doesn't know, the vice president visited one sanitary pad manufacturing company. They are one of the private sectors that we are going to work with, PPP, to run a 24-hour shift to produce sanitary pads for our free sanitary programs. Perhaps he was not in the country when DVLA announced its 24-hour service, where Moro Sanda from City closed late from work and when then was able to get his service rendered. Perhaps he was not there when the Foreign Affairs, the Passport Office, announced their operation of the 24-hour economy. Perhaps he is not aware that the Ghana Ports and Harbour Authority, these are all pilots. We are not reckless as to roll out a big program without piloting, without the foundational works. We are not that reckless as a government.
Well, Shamima, you need to take it easy. First on yourself. You need to take it easy.
You didn't take it easy on yourself at all.
You should take it easy on yourself. Because you see, let me provide a quick response to some of the things you said. All right. First of all,
then we'll come back and respond
the sending nurses outside this country. It didn't start from the NDC.
Who said it did?
But you are saying
you're always setting your own questions and answering them.
Shamima,
you're always setting
I know how to do this. When you were talking, I was so quiet.
Who said so?
You just mentioned that you were creating some opportunities for nurses to go outside. Yes. And I'm saying that it is not new in this country.
And so.
No, Shama,
you don't do this.
No,
please, you don't do this.
No, relax.
No problem.
He's not suggesting he said it's the first time. He's not suggesting so.
All right.
Yes, please
I'm saying that. Saying that you are creating opportunity for nurses in this country. Yes. Go to Barbados. Go to Guyana. Go to the Caribbean. We started it.
Yes, please.
There are nurses there.
Okay.
How many of them even? But again, let me tell you, the fact that you are not recruiting nurses does not mean there are no spaces, there are no vacancies for their recruitment. I just told you what your Minister of Health has said. And you're attributing it to the fact that you have not built hospitals. Please. When you left the 4 badges in 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013, you left all of them home. We didn't build hospitals, we recruited them. So stop talking about these things. Ghanaians are watching us. Your health minister, who sits in cabinet, says that you need 6 billion Ghana cedis to recruit all these nurses. He didn't say you didn't have vacancies. He says when you travel all over the country, there are a lot of vacancies. There are places they are looking for nurses. You don't have money. So when you tout better economic indication, it is exposing you by your own cabinet ministers. So stop making those allusions. You are talking of putting money for Agenda 111. Government is a continuum. Your E-blocks, didn't you put money in some of the E-blocks and complete them? There were E-block schools you built in the bushes. We put up additional facilities, including boarding facilities.
No.
But these are facts. When you sit on TV, you are a government spokesperson. Casting innuendos at people, we are talking of governance. If criticizing President Mahama and you think it's arrogance, we'll be more arrogant in the coming days. Get your loins together.
You are welcome.
Get your loins together.
You are welcome.
If criticizing President Mahama, I've told you,
who has said
will
this?
Continuously critique his policies.
You are always contriving your questions and answering them. My brother, Who has said don't criticize? You're saying that somebody
Shamima,
was sorry.
Please,
go on.
You stop this.
No, but don't misinform.
I'm too hard for
you
this.
You are misinforming.
Let's
so am I.
I am saying that if criticizing President Mohammed's policies, he's a gentleman. He's a president. I respect him, His Excellency. But as far as his policies are concerned, we'll critique it. And I started by saying that you said automatic recruitment of nurses and teachers. I didn't force that in your throat. You said so. 1 year into your administration, I am asking you, what has become of your own campaign promise to Ghanaians that there will no longer be a licentiate exams? Has Mahama come out to apologize to Ghanaians?
It has been incorporated as part of their service.
Please go ahead.
We are critiquing President Mohammed's 1 year in office. Look.
And he said he would do everything in 1 year.
Moro.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Don't be ruffled.
Please go
No, when she was talking, I was. Why are you so worried when I started to speak?
It's peace.
I was so quiet. I was writing. You have the paper, right?
Peace and happiness.
This morning when you came, before the cameras opened up, you were praising her plenty. What has happened?
We were praising me.
She's a sister.
You were giving her big up.
The job for the kingdom of God. The job for the kingdom of God. It's not about. She's my sister.
I know.
We were talking from the back office. We'll go back to her, but we have a duty. We have a duty. So I'm saying that this is not the first time a government continues another government project.
Yes.
And we hope to see more of that.
Right.
We hope to see more of that in the interest of this country. So you don't praise yourself that we started Agenda 111 and you are continuing. And I'm just reminding you that your E-blocks for 4 years, you left some there.
Okay.
We have come to complete and make it better. You remember the Aflao E-block that the chief spoke bitterly about it? It was completed at IPP Terra. The skits are there now. There are many of the Agenda 1 E-blocks that we completed.
Well done.
Talk about University of Ghana Medical School. When we came, we had to continue to make it operational. And you have to do that as a country. So nobody is fighting that. But I'm interrogating the things you said. And let me also remind you, you said, who took Ghana to 54% inflation? I'll read to you President Mohammed's own response at the World Bank meetings and then the UN meetings. He said, COVID-19 in 2 years has eroded the gains of the African continent, including Ghana. President Mohammed, he acknowledged why we went to that place. We talk of, we are an IMF. We put in a lot of effort to take Ghana out of the worst. And within that period, we brought down inflation from 54 to 23. Look at the drastic reduction. And today, the policy we put in place.
What did you do?
Hi. Charlie, you have heart attack. You should stop this. These are facts. By the time we left off, the IMF predicted that the trajectory, the trend at which the inflation is coming, it will come to a single digit in the next year. And that is why when you came, you had negotiated to extend our own policy with the IMF. You had negotiated for extension. So you are still under the IMF, our own baby. Of course, that's a fact. Unless you are not aware. I will not celebrate a draft policy. I want to see the policy out there. When you go to the 24-hour economic secretariat, there's no policy there. They only tell you it's in parliament. Let the policy come out. Let's interrogate it. Tema, Port and Harbors, I've told you. They were called the agents there. They were doing 24-hour long ago. This is not new. We want to see policy, concrete policy that will drive production, industrialization. That will bring into fruition the 133. I'm interested. It's their policy backbone that will drive it. So for me, all these things, the IMF itself had acknowledged the devastating effects of COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine war. That is why countries like Korea even renegotiated their debt exchange. Over 56 countries around the world elected in 2016 election as a sitting president. You didn't defeat a sitting president. You were a sitting president. You were defeated, unprecedented in the history of this country. Mahama was not a sitting president. You were vice president. You became president, acting president and president. So don't take Ghanaians for granted.
Thank you.
And I'm saying that
87 battalion. Thank you.
Let me tell you, all the things you are saying today, the sum is on the street. The sum of all that you are doing, if you believe in what you are doing, that you put in concrete policy, your own actions as a government. Look, you are talking, I don't know, Sunda. We have 3 biggest sanitary manufacturers in this country. When you went to procure your first way, did you procure it from them? Did you procure the sanitary pads from them? You inflated the price of sanitary pads. We made so much noise about it. We made so much noise about it.
Look, you have to hold you to speak.
Please. The sanitary pads.
You can't sit here and lie blatantly. Honorable, please.
Don't choose your words carefully. To say I'm lying blatantly.
This one,
please, Shamima, with due respect, I will not take this from you.
Which one?
I won't take you calling me a blatant liar.
No, I didn't call you a liar. I said what you have said is a lie.
Please.
No,
I've just asked
it is a lie that contracts were inflated. It's a lie.
Please.
So I'm just asking for further better. When it's done, then we can interrogate it. Please.
When I'm dealing, I deal with you as a lady and as a sister. I won't take certain words from you.
No, it's okay. Let's move
please,
on.
I'm very charitable this morning. And take it from me. Don't go there.
Yes.
You don't come to the station and come and insult.
I've just asked you about...
Look, I've told you...
Yes, please go ahead.
So you see, when I make a statement, it is the right of the host to ask me for further particulars.
Yes, I want to know more about that allegation you made.
I can provide you all the documents. Honorable Vincent Asifwa.
All right.
He held public press conference.
Right.
The bid they sent for that job. We had companies and we have prices, basic prices on our shelves, and even the ones they produce here. Okay, I have been an advocate of banning imported sanitary pads because we have more than capacity for our national requirement as a country. So go and check the procurement. I can provide you the details. None of them were procured here. And even the prices. Listen, that's if I showed it to all of us. I'll get it for you. I'll ask him to send it to me. I'll get it for you. Show to your viewers before we leave. So I'm saying that it is good to promote made in Ghana products. That is where when you send money, you guarantee the jobs we are promising the people. That is why nobody is against stabilization of our currency. But there must be balance. That you are talking of AGUA, AGI. Have you gone to speak to them? They do the manufacturing. They do the industry.
No, I'm very much interested in this.
Yes, so I'm telling you.
What presser that you're
yes, I'm telling you. I'm saying that I will give a copy to you.
Okay.
You can show. Maybe if not today.
So you're
tomorrow.
saying that the prices.
I mean, there was a debate, public debate about the prices.
Right.
That look, we know how much sanitary pads are sold here.
Right.
Various brands and all that. We show the prices and what they are procuring it for.
Okay.
We show all the prices and I'll show it to you. You put it on your network and let everybody watch before you call me a liar. So please, these things that we are talking about, it's about nation building. You may not be comfortable with everything that we say.
Has Vincent, do you know whether Vincent has forwarded this, has drawn the attention of the Office of the Special Prosecutor?
I don't know. I don't know that. I'm saying that.
He only did a press conference. And
yes, I'm showing it to you. About the Office of, that doesn't mean that if you have a document, every document must end up at there. You create the awareness and you let Ghanaians be the judge.
Yeah. No, because you spoke about it confidently.
Yes, I have spoken about it and I still stand by it.
Okay.
And I'll show you the numbers. Yes.
Okay.
I'll show you.
All right.
So please, these things that we are doing, we are not
follow
doing.
Up on that as well.
Yes, of course. I'll show. I'll promise you. I'll give it to you.
Follow up on that.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
So for me, nobody should think that you win an election sacrosanct. Right. Go and check the euphoria in 2001 when President Kufuor became president. Go and check when President Akufo-Addo became president in 2017. So for me, this is not new. But what is important, we hold government accountable to their own words, to their own promises.
But themselves.
On the basis of that. But the MPP is not in government. Why are you holding MPP into government today?
You said you offer a responsible opposition. So you think that opposition doesn't require accountability?
Look.
No, we're having a conversation, my brother.
The holding opposition, that opposition, they give a responsible opposition. It doesn't lie in your mouth to tell opposition how to hold you accountable. When I sit here today, I'm only referring to your promises. I'm referring to your manifesto. I'm referring to the things you said. I have not attacked your person. I have not attacked your person. When you make a promise, I'll hold you to the promise. And what is right?
And it's fair.
I am not saying that NPP. I am not saying that NPP.
Yes.
8 years. We've not made any mistakes one way or the other. We have.
What we do?
It's a governance.
Okay.
But that is why where some of us will sit, will caution.
Okay.
Look, I was here. Didn't I caution the 1 million coders program? Last year, they promised to train 1 million Ghanaian youth into coding.
Okay.
As of now, I question again the policy behind it. They don't have it. They don't have it. Over a month ago, the things I'm doing here, I did it before. They don't have it. So when you are doing something, because we've been there before, we caution you. It doesn't mean that because we lost elections, we should keep shut in this country. No. When we see you making mistakes.
You're talking about the policy document.
The policy document, because as a policy analyst, when you come out with something you want to do, we'll scrutinize it.
Okay.
And you see its viability or otherwise. You don't just come and speak. Then tomorrow you get into government, you are doing something else.
All right.
We'll hold you to what the social contract you signed with.
Okay.
LGBT in this country. Look at what the NDC did. It became very topical. Galamsey, very topical.
Okay.
Cocoa prices, very topical. Today we are holding you as to how you are better managing these things than you talked about.
Okay.
So if in the face of all these things you said, you had the mandate of the people, and yet we come back, that cocoa LBC's debt is over 10 billion.
Okay.
You talked about national assets, that NPP is a property owning democracy. I thought you are going to explain what you read about the NPP's own vision and its way. So for me, I think that the things we are talking about, it's not personal, it's not against anybody's person, it's about policy. We'll continue to scrutinize it, we'll continue to talk about it.
Okay.
How uncomfortable you be, that is your problem. But the ordinary people are watching. I've made such a statement here, and I urge you to do a follow-up. The procurement of the buses from Egypt, whether or not you went to Parliament for that procurement.
All right.
You want to see. It's another matter. 500 in total, 150 first is coming.
Okay.
With the Metro Mass. These are things that are coming up.
Okay.
We are interested. It doesn't mean that you hate somebody or you disagree with somebody because of that.
No problem.
Ministry of Education denies scandal over sanitary pad procurement. And this is November 26, 2025. So this is yesterday. So it was issued. And it says that Dr. Clement Apak, the Deputy Minister of Education, has denied allegations of alleged corruption and scandal surrounding the procurement of sanitary pads for schoolgirls. He described the claims of pads being sold at 45 cities as chop bar arithmetic. Now, the New Patriotic Party MP Minority Caucus in Parliament on Tuesday, November 25, accused the government of profligate spending under the free sanitary pass policy for schoolgirls in basic and senior high schools. Addressing the Parliament press corps in Parliament, Mr. Vincent Asifua, who is the NPP MP for Old Tafo, cited figures from 2025 and 2026 budget statement to back the caucus's concern. He said a simple calculation based on the total number of parts purchased implied that the government procured each pack at about 45 cedis, far above the prevailing market price ranging between 25 and 15 cedis. Now, the statement here doesn't give us further and better particulars about what makes Vincent's allegations false. It just says it's not true. Maybe I need to, the gentleman who sent me this from the Education Ministry send me the fuller, press statements. Let me look, let me listen to what, or if you have the video, let's have it. I want to hear what Dr. Clement Apak has to say in terms of his explanation why the disparities between the figures, 45 and 25, indeed, if that's the case. Now, let me also do this quickly, otherwise I won't be able to make time to read it. So Idi Muktari from Adenta says that, good morning, please ask Mr. Slide to calm down. The aggression is not helping. Is he intending to bully the lady? What he's doing doesn't make us enjoy the program as we used to do. His energy should be directed to the leadership of the NPP party and to that of the sorrowful minute minority in parliament in order to sit up and to stop the unnecessary boycott and the pressures of irrelevance. We are all observers of this government in place. Ghana is working again. He should give us a break. Musa Batwa from Asawasi says that Moreover, it's surprising that Sly is taking offense at his comments being described as lies, yet he continues to peddle untruth about the sanitary pad procurement. You cannot make blanket claims and, when asked to provide evidence, shift the responsibility to the host to investigate. This is not a posture of a serious opposition, but that of the destructive individuals. This conduct is inimical to Ghana's governance system. My regards to the elder statesman, Dada Ato Ahoy. Samaku Kelly from East Legon Hill says, good morning, Moro. What is Honorable Sylvester Tete saying? Is he talking to Ghanaians or residents of another country this morning? Yes, governance is a continuum. But if he claims the NPP government came and completed the E-block started by President Mahama during his first term in office, why did we have the double track in our schools for all the 8 years in office? If for over a whole year the NPP is still not acknowledging the hard facts about why they were voted out, then the road is still a long one for them in opposition. Shamima, you do all. Today we're getting a lot of shout-outs. Anyway, so Sandy Saliu says that is anyone surprised about Honorable Sylvester's submission? How did he manage to smuggle 24 economic policy into the discourse? How about a book our dear President wrote and the correlation that feed into the discourse? It makes wonder that Honorable is still in the cycle of grief, perhaps the denial stage, but I can understand that with all her great dancing panache, hence boogie will never attract the hawk. Good morning. Okay, I get it now. Sani Salihu. And then Reverend Jones Latte, your very good, your uncle, Reverend Jones Latte, Shamima. Reverend Jones Latte. Yes. Apparently he's in town. Yeah, you know, he has to. You know, this is what he says. He says that he says that good morning. There's an old adage. This is what's coming from him. That reads, make new friends but keep the old. Tell Shamima and Sylvester that nobody has ever won gold in past trophies. And then he continues, who said that in 2 years all these villages will have toilets? That's lie. Remember this promise. Now, Vincent Kwasefwa, you are calling my number. I believe there's something. Is it a case that you have something to say? If indeed that's the case, Bright, please call Vincent Kwasefwa and find out what exactly he wants to say, because he's been calling my number. I guess that he maybe has some quick inputs to make into this matter. But anyway, so Bright, please call Vincent Kwasefwa. Let's find out what exactly he has to chip in. Now, good morning. This one here is from Seteya. Says, good morning. It's interesting that Sly has soon forgotten his past. Paid $2 million for SkyTrain that never materialized, $12 million for Palugo irrigation and no-show, millions of dollars spent on listing of Ijapa Gold royalties on London Stock Exchange and no-show, $80,000 for spare parts for each ambulance, more expensive than the ambulance itself. The IMF and all the Bretton Woods institutions and rating agencies equally made the same predictions in 2016. And President Mahama assured Ghanaians of better economic conditions from 2017 to 2028. 28 of the E-block came with boarding facilities. Oh, okay, so Vincent actually wants us to call him. So Bright, please call Vincent. I guess that he has something he wants to quickly chip in. Yeah, and then Tafai Namreha says, how do the NPP have no shame at all? They talk too much, not knowing that Ghanaians don't want to listen to them at all. Sir Obama says that, Sir Obama, what I should tell you is that he says hi.
We are friends now. This year,
he said, if
all things past have been forgiven.
If she would look out for me because she's in power, I'll do so in opposition.
This year we are we are starting on a clean slate this year.
And then he says, Sly, he says hello. Yeah. Yes. Obama. He says you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. So I'll read the final one, and then we'll try and reach out to Vincent Kwasefwa. I guess that he has something very important to tell us, to share with us. Now, Al-Hassan Sise says that from Zenu Central, says, good morning to everyone, especially my sister Shamima Moro. He said, Moro, it's easy to be relevant when you're speaking with facts and figures. Since Honorable Sylvester is unable to provide a sanitary pass allegation, he will continue to struggle to be relevant. It doesn't matter how much and as Honorable Sylvester is talking about the IMF being their brainchild, he says, wow. Okay, so Dr. Clement Apak is also calling. I guess he also wants to make a quick intervention on what we're talking about. So, Doc, hello. Doc, we're going to ring you. We're going to ring you. Don't worry. We're going to call you right away. Okay?
Good.
Yes, we'll call you right away.
I'll respond.
No problem. No problem. Doc, we're going to call you right away. So please hang on a minute. So, Bright, please call Dr. Clement Apak as well. I've done something for the first time where I've picked a call on. So Bright is going to call you too. You know, that's the beauty about this show. It's that's why it's a show. You know, we don't hide anything. I mean, people want to make want to give a response or a rejoinder, would allow them to do just that for as long as it's directly related to the matter under discussion. So would ring them shortly, and then we'll get them to tell us exactly what they have to say about this sanitary pad matter, because it keeps coming up in our conversation. You know, I mean, look, the fact of the matter is that everybody watches Good Morning Ghana. You know, because if we say something here, you don't come and, you know, how do you call it, respond appropriately to what we're saying, it remains there, because I don't know everything. None of us knows everything. Nobody is a repository of knowledge. And so if you're watching and somebody says something, you say it's not true, you want to tell us what your truth is, you let us know, and then would because when people say things here, Ghanaians listen, Ghanaians take it as the truth, because it's a platform of the truth. Where we know we have the counterfact, we'll interrogate it. If we don't have the counterfact, we'll not pretend. Otherwise, we'll become a laughing stock. We don't want to do that. So we're more than happy to. Mante Bruce has sent a message. It says that Moro, Sly did not lie. In fact, while the market price of the pack of sanitary pads was around 15 cedis to 25, government documents indicate that the Ministry of Education was procuring them at approximately 44 to 45 cedis per pack. Based on this 2025-2026 budget statement, 6.6 million packs were procured at a total cost of 292 million cedis, resulting in an estimated cost of 44 cedis per pack. To call him a liar is very condescending. No, she didn't say he was a liar. He said it for more than 20 years. She would never call anybody a liar. Anyway, so Bright, please put them on. Let's do this quickly. We may not be able to do the NPP, you know, upcoming presidential primaries because
I
of
have
time.
a word. I should have a word.
Yes. So do we have Vincent on? Yes, please put Vincent on. And also Dr. Clement Apak. He wants to respond
2 minutes,
and set the record straight. 5 minutes each. Yes, set the record straight on this matter.
Important.
It's extremely important.
And
okay, so Niama, thank you very, very much. He sent me the video of, who's on the line? Vincent. Is Vincent on? Yeah. Okay, Vincent, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Moro.
How are you?
Moro, I'm okay. How are you too?
Please speak up a bit. I can hardly hear you.
Yes, I'm okay. How are you too?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Moro.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. I don't know whether it's from our side, but you are not that audible. If you can speak up.
Is it okay now, Moro?
I think it's better now. I think this is much better now. It's much better now. Good. So, talk to me. What do you have to say? You've been monitoring that conversation.
First and foremost, let me say a very good morning to your discussant and to your cherished viewers. And
hello, Vincent.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello, Vincent.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, so I was saying that first and foremost, let me congratulate your discussant, especially Sly, for doing a very good work this morning.
Thank you.
So, number one,
we appreciate that.
Under no circumstance did I churn out any numbers that was from me or from elsewhere, apart from government source books. And when I say government source books, I mean parliamentary handouts and budgetary allocations that were made, and reporting that was also made in the budget. Put differently, every document that I made mention of and every number that I mentioned is from their own document. That is the budget statement. Now, the calculations that was made is a calculation that was also sourced from the same 2026 budget. It did not come from me, Vincent.
Okay.
Under no circumstance did I mention or say any number that was not from the government source book. That is number one. Number two, it is also instructive to note that before the debate that I contributed on the floor of Parliament, I had written a right to information request to the Ministry of Education 3 months before that particular debate that I contributed on. Now, in that 3 months, not even a single response was written to the request that I sent to the Ministry of Education asking for how much the sanitary pad was costing. Not even in a response. Now, Moro, the question that I want to ask is, if the Ministry of Education thinks that the figures that they themselves have put in the budget statement is wrong, can a convention produce the document if, by way of an RTI, I am refused to be given the figure that they are saying that they bought the sanitary pads for? So, in the budget statement, it is clear to state that a cost of a sanitary pad was costing more than 40 Ghana cedis. Now they are saying that it is even 25 Ghana cedis. Go and check the Ministry of Finance social media wall when they claim that for now or currently a sanitary pad is 15 Ghana cedis. This is also not from me a convincing. This is from Atofosen. When he states that sanitary pad is costing 15 Ghana cedis, just a month or two later, he comes to Parliament, and now in the budgetary statement, they are now telling us that a sanitary pad is costing 42 Ghana cedis or 45 Ghana cedis, assuming without admitting that their own figure that they are now telling us, that is Clement Apak is saying that it is now 25 cedis or 24 cedis. Why was the finance minister telling the people of Ghana that the sanitary pad is now 15 Ghana cedis, and you go and buy it in bulk purchase? Okay, over 12 million pads, you go and buy it for 25 Ghana cedis, and you are telling us that it is not questionable? Number 3, the local manufacturers in this country came to me, produced evidence, produced documents when they tendered for this contract. And in fact, this document I made available when I was having my press conference on the floor of Parliament, that these are the documents, these are the tender documents, these are people who even tendered for as low as 20 Ghana cedis. And I have the tender documents with me here. When I'm done, I'll share them with you. The local manufacturers here in Tema tendered for this contract for 20 Ghana cedis, and they did not win. They did not get the contract. That is the source of worry. So if anybody tells you that the allegations that I am making, which allegation is based on the documents that was given to us by government itself, the onus now lies on government, Dr. Apak and the Ministry of Education, to now produce a counter evidence to show that indeed what they themselves put in the budget is not true. It does not lie on Sly. It does not lie on me to produce that document, especially when they have refused the RTI. The only source document that we can rely on is the budget statement, which is an official document that has been presented to the people of Ghana through the people's representatives.
Right.
So if anybody sits on your TV and tells you it is lie, or it is a lie, or they are lies, please ignore, because they cannot even provide you with their own document, which, as it were, is at variance with the documents that they themselves presented on the floor of Parliament. If you don't have anything to hide, why don't you let us know how much a sanitary pad is costing based on the one who or those who won this contract, and let us know that indeed it is not the 42 Ghana cedis or the 45 Ghana cedis that you yourself have put in your budgetary statement.
If I understand you, what you're saying is that government had projected in its budget, which is planned to buy these sanitary pads at 40 cedis. That's the point you're making.
No, they have not planned. Let me say, they have not only planned. You see, in the 2026 budget, they were also accounting to the people by way of their performance with the 2025 year.
Right.
You understand? So in the 2025, by way of their accounting to the people, they mentioned that based on the total number of sanitary pads that they have bought, and how much was allocated and how much they have spent. And these are their own words, not me.
Right.
In that document, in that 2026 budget statement, they are saying that they bought the pad for 42 or 45 Ghana cedis. That is not me.
Right. Right. Now,
that is the Ministry of Education and the government and Ato Force and telling us.
That's fine. But at the time the sanitary pads were bought for 42 cedis, did you bother to find out how much sanitary pads were being sold at the time?
I had done my own check, but even forget about what I did.
Okay.
Because they will say that I'm lying. That is why I'm referring you back to the social media walls of the Ministry of Finance.
Okay.
Ato Forsen came to Parliament to come and tell the people of Ghana that today, because of the better management of the economy, sanitary pad is now 15 Ghana cedis. That is not me.
Yes, but I'm saying that I'm talking about the time differences. So at the time that the finance minister,
in fact, at the time the inflation had even reduced. At the time they were even saying that it should even be less than the 15 Ghana cedis. So I am even granting them a better price. Let us use the price that they themselves had put on their social media wall.
Okay.
Let us use the price that Ato Forsen came to Parliament to tell themselves that because of better economic management, sanitary pad is now 15 Ghana cedis. And I am suggesting, I'm submitting to you that if you tell the people of Ghana that sanitary pad is 15 Ghana cedis, how then do you now come back to us a month later to tell us that when you were purchasing in bulk, when you know that economies of scale will even affect the price, when you know that economies of scale will let the prices be even lower than you going to a shop to go and buy one.
All right.
And I made this calculation that, in fact, if you speak to these local manufacturers and even outside, the sanitary pad, which is of low quality, because go and check what they gave to the students, it is of low quality.
Okay.
That you can even buy for like 7 or 8 Ghana.
That's fine. Let's get some explanation from your very good friend, Dr. Clement Apak. Anyway, Vincent, thank you. You've raised legitimate questions. I'm sure that it's only fair that we ask Dr. Clement Apak to explain to us what accounts for the discrepancy. So 15, the finance minister says sanitary pads has been sold for 15 cedis, and yet in the same budget they bought sanitary pads for 42 cedis. So what accounts for the difference? Anyway, so Doc, are you with this? Are you with us? Sorry. Okay, Doc, good morning.
Yeah, Moro, good morning to you and to your panelists, especially my good sister Shamima. Asmawa. I just like to.
Doc, I've sent you a text. When you finish, respond.
Very well. If you want the money to speak,
that's long time. I hope you're well, sir.
Yes, my voice has been restored, so expect to see me after my father's burial on the 31st.
You should. You haven't been on the show in a long while. Good morning.
No, because I was plagued with debilitating voice condition that impeded my speech.
Okay.
But thankfully it has been restored, so you will see a lot more of me.
Get well soon, Chief. Get well soon. And also our condolences
Thank you.
To you. Yes. Yeah, so Vincent says he doesn't understand why in one breath you stated in the budget that you bought sanitary pads for 42 cedis. Then in another breath, the finance minister who read the budget says sanitary pads are supposed to cost him 15 cedis. So what accounts for the discrepancy? He suspects some act of corruption. How do you explain this?
The NPP, since going into opposition, and the NDC have restored. This was one of such attempts, and it has failed miserably. I am the Deputy Minister for Education. I speak on authority because I have been part of the procurement processes. Given that I chair the ETC, which is the Entity Tender Committee, I state on authority that at no time did the ministry procure sanitary pads at 44 or 45 Ghana cedis. It never happened. In the 2025 budget, we had allocated 292 million Ghana cedis to procure some 12,208,340 packs of sanitary pads. Remember that the processes didn't start as soon as His Excellency was sworn into office. Also remember the time the budget itself was passed. So when we started the process after the launch of the policy, the first batch that we put in place processes to procure were 6,607,095 packs. Now it is this that was captured in the budget. And because the budget had also stated the total amount allocated, Vincent Assefuo and his colleagues did what the Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu, described as shop bar arithmetic. They simply just took the 292 million Ghana cedis and divided that by the 6,607,095 packs, and they got the resultant erroneous figure. So, point to be made is this: the second batch was being procured when the budget was prepared. So logically, that could not have been included in the budget because it wasn't completed. But as I speak to you, the full total of 12,208,340 sanitary pads have been procured and distributed. Now, in the procurement processes, we were given specific instructions to procure from local manufacturers. That was strictly adhered to. They claim that the sanitary pads were procured at 45 Ghana cedis has been debunked. If you look at the total number and divide that by the 292 million Ghana cedis. But to add to this, we made it part of the process that those who were going to win the bids competitively, as it was, to procure and supply these parts, were going to supply the parts inclusive of the cost of transportation. So there was no different allocation for transport outside of what we had calculated as the unit price. Moro, you and I know that Ghana is a vast country. So you have where I come from, the Upper East region, where I'll be going later today to prepare to receive people like you to help me mourn my late pastor, Pastor Father John Azundem Apak. And we have Upper West region, where Shamima comes from. We have Northeast, where Dr. Baumia comes from. So the arrangement was that those who had won bids to supply to these distant locations far away from the manufacturers, who were largely here in the national capital, they were given a unique pack price, and a pack has 12 pieces of 24 Ghana cedis. That is the high end, and that includes the cost of transportation. Okay. Now, those who were to supply schools in Greater Accra, Eastern, and even Ashanti, they were given a unit pack price of between 18 and 20 Ghana cedis. So Accra, for example, those who won the bids to supply in Greater Accra, their unit price per pack was 18 Ghana cedis. And then Central, Western, North, and the others was 20 Ghana cedis. So there was no way, it has never happened, it will never happen. And look, the minister had authorized the bureaucrats in the ministry to furnish anyone who had put in a request through the RTI for documentation regarding the processes to do with the procurement and supply of sanitary pads. The multimedia group of companies not been honored. I don't know who he wrote his letter to. He may have to send it to me, and I'll make sure that this information that I am providing is made available to him. Nothing fishy happened. Nothing crooked happened. Everything was done above board. We would maintain integrity. We would do due diligence. and we would maintain an open and an accountable governance system as promised by His Excellency.
Okay.
And these are the facts of the matter.
All right.
The minister had cause to challenge Vincent on the floor of Parliament on the very same day that he made this outrageous claim. That was when minister referred to his arithmetic as chop bar arithmetic. They continue to push this false narrative. Okay. The minister calls me to address the media in Parliament. On the floor of the same Parliament, their deputy majority leader also sought to repeat the same lie. Fortunately, I was there and I confronted her with the facts. So this issue is settled. Nobody procured and supplied sanitary pads at 40 Ghana cedis, 45 Ghana cedis. The high end based on distance was 24 Ghana cedis, and those that were closer to the sources was 18 Ghana cedis. And these are the facts.
I need clarity. Were all these sanitary pads procured locally or they were imported?
We were given instructions to procure them locally, and that is what we did.
Okay.
If Vincent had a contractual agreement with some other producers locally who did not get the opportunity, perhaps because their bids were not competitive or they had no records, he should say it and stop making excuses.
All right. And Doc, you have all the necessary documentations to back everything you've told us this morning, because I'll be coming to you.
You can be assured of that.
All right.
I speak as a vandal. Our motto is troop stance.
Okay. Doc, now
and so is the minister, and so is the president.
Okay. Doc, now go to Kware.
Okay,
Shidi, have a good day. Have a good day, sir. Thank you. That's the doctor. I think it's self-explanatory. Well, and unfortunately, our time is also up.
Well, I thought you said we had up to 10.
Yes. So no, my producer tells me we actually have just 2 minutes to go.
Oh, you brought this thing. Your people have said it.
Now, Mystic Wonder says that, good morning to you, Moronana Dubamia-led NPP government has mismanaged the economy miserably, failed Ghanaians catastrophically, and yet they have the temerity and testicular muscles, to complain about bad economy. For how long will the Apejomakin-led micro-minority continue to disturb Ghanaians with this needless and fruitless press conferences? Enough of the hypocrisy. Ghana will work again under the able leadership of the tried and tested President John Dramani Mahama. And it says, with regards to Dr. Mark Oliver Kevo, that's from Mystic Wonder Advocate. So, amenities.
Yes, I mean,
amenities.
He wants to take because you raised the issue, they brought him first.
Oh, so let me
wrap up with my.
I'm not talking about this. I mean, it's still not. There are a few questions to be answered, but let me say this to MPP and its delegates. We are going to the polls on Saturday. I want to plead with all the party sympathizers, supporters, delegates alike. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate all the 5 gallant aspirants. They've done a very good job by traversing this country, campaigning. Saturday is the D-Day. We all know we are going to elect one person. There's only one person that will emerge victorious. Wherever the chip falls, it's the same MPP. We should be guided that we need everybody post 31st January 2026. And to our supporters, for those who are going to emerge victorious, whoever is going to emerge victorious, their supporters must be magnanimous in their celebrations. And let us also, those of us who will be losing, should also accept defeat in good faith. At the end of the day, it is the same MPP. So the victory is not for any individual, but rather for the MPP. I urge all of us to be mindful of what we say, what we do from today, even on to Saturday, and even beyond. The MPP is the only party that has a track record of helping to develop this country. The records shows Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government from 2017 up until 2022, we know the records were better than what we've witnessed today. And Nana Addo's public rating in 2017, at the end of 2017, was about 82%, better than John Mahama's public rating today. So obviously, we all know why, and John Mahama himself has attested to the reason why the gains we've made have been eroded. And on the basis of that, the plans and programs we put in place under the IMF to help us through the process of recovery, they have extended that particular program.
Thank you.
We believe that is in the interest of this country.
Thank you.
But MPP's record will always stand superior to that of the NDC.
I just wanted to quickly say that once again, the NPP did not lose power because of propaganda. They lost power because of their consistent patterns. The patterns of the actions that they took, the corruption that bedeviled it.
Me sure say by now, wankasa we feel conversation no. Me sure say by now, wankasa we enima bi and what enima bi ase. Me catch you say MPP for there. She say, baby ombeku biya. Say NDC ni niye afe na waba party ni mu. Say NDC ni na afe na usua kasa o. Any MPP communicator be NDC in Bishan Biano or flown it down or the net to form Etiano or the net to form Titiano. It's sad or the net to form Titiano because on one kasa etnasi na ni kasa ye ni debate obeye na analysis obeye no obey say na abu abonwa onyuntu bi ni nasem onyuntu ni bi ni nasem abu abo abu abo osibia mo kwakua samba wow so enti sana adena akwa ye many MPP for anka ye betne fi for some time and this is not even the right time for any MPP person to think of election. And this is not the right time for any MPP person to think about election because my reporter and I've made this example, this analysis, the comparison on countless of my broadcast, countless time of my broadcast. Wow. Bruh, NDC lose power in 2016. Do you know what they did? John Dramani Mahama and NDC for etnefi for close to 2 years before some mobile mainstream politics. They were engaging Ghanaians and asking for forgiveness. They were engaging Ghanaians and asking for forgiveness. And after the forgiveness, they also asked Ghanaians if in case they want them to come into power again, what could be their request? What could be their policies that they will be happy to see or happy to witness or happy to enjoy? Am I gonna afford it for my dream? Sampa, ye to chain, but mobile we are expecting free and fair economy, free and fair, transparent governance. John Mahama ni NDC for Ghana for bo. Sampa yeba. Yedi adia ya to within Operation Recover All Loots. Obia obedi sika wakufa adu aban no yeba yebe make sure say sika na yebeji. Yebe make sure say di obeji na mbrani mu ene na ekoso no. But the process no is slow, and I've been saying that the process should be sometime. Say you John Mahama Prakan say there will be a fast track court in Sawom. And then kind of saying, are they still on it? Yes, I'm over you who can say Namun Janto. Bassa Namu Magana for Adrimuyanikins. Or see, there will be a fast track court in Sawom. Sadly, when John Mahama yes, Papa, Mukika Mukan send Namo Mashasi, Namo Ghana for Namu Brifu Ghana for. You are briefing the system, the media. Whenever you bring any policy or you want to bring intervention, you need to brief the media as well as the states and the system as well. So Ghana for shall says omo yeding omo air talk the NDC for canon and part NDC for the gradually. Now criticize the NPP. Get me well. They were not criticizing ruling NPP then, but they were what? Considering no more kase Ghana for in case say a baby wa mumfa we my they were not bashing NPP because they feel like a fin of mobile position they should have watch NPP for some time. But NPP vote December 17th no a muto ba wi ya no mo hyase so mo ye propaganda mahama mamu nya mahama bi twa face yes mahama bi isi any free SHS mahama bi twam no guess what ene nkwada na ko mo no to and nipa bia so didi a wano we na account. It means nkwada no they are comfortable eating well, they are comfortable studying well and what achieving their goals. And the NPP for no one. Where are they? Those of them who said they Omoba NDC for Banoma be free SHS no. Me wa see don't get so Omoba no ma be shimukena na double track no mwetwam. Where are those people misinterpreting a say don't get yes a omukade say in statement of my in his once campaign talk. Where are the NPP people? You see, the propaganda will never hold because the party leadership is weak. You are not united. And then who can they Japan video be see or no? So be apologize to Dr. Alhaji Bomia. So we didn't travel on dear and see that. Now he will repeat it on countless time again. Say Bomia a your truffle. Why won't you say the obey? NPP fireworks. Inti nyame aduma from Saturday kwadie. Me minim say nya den ahe. Me minim say nya den abomia na be wini. Regardless of prophecies aba, I know because Prophet El Bernard, Bernard Eshan, Nelson Eshan, Papa, me bupa, me respect the prophecy, and me share no. It will be asempa. You sure me so I watch him carefully, everything that he said, but. You put me down in your son. Yes, it can happen. You put me down in your aka. One show who see you, the bit me heading a dining and coupon can found. That is how this world is. Can who say bon some na yankopo born when tin and antenna and no tono and the bassas you see an antenna. Did that bon some away you move? He or she is staying with us, and whatever that you do, you have to be conscious. And yes, sir, that bonsam will what change your ways, change your destiny, will change your dreams, will change your goals, and what finally tackle your blessings and success. Inti sana dina akwakoye. Inti yedi yeshe, bo mungu yinimra, no mokoba. Yakano, particularly in Japan, so we can ukruma. Honum no boom say we are say no anase bako. Chira wadwi e message no hanom remains number 1 authentic platform mega TV. Adika ka to say platform we dey say be education enkotinti amega. De bia won say be the video no to ha na me ankasa masen atena na ma chekire nemu mu because sebi NPP for we no. We are giving them about 8 to 16 years opposition. I'm telling you, also motina opposition che na NDC for a beauty Ghana no. Say be your mobile bureau, they can destroy, they can reverse it, they can retrogress whatever that has happened. That is the agenda. Bye bye.